Hello. Welcome to my podcast, which is not really a podcast for anymore. It's just welcome to me, my YouTube channel. Welcome to Samaya. Welcome to the story, the back ending of Samaya. The real, like, uncut, like, no editing, no nothing, real me, okay? The story of the reason why I want to say this. So I watch a lot of podcasts, a lot of red pill podcasts, a lot of podcasts about relationships, about men should lead and women should follow, women and men are not equal, all these type of things, blah blah. Like the relationships. I can't get the words out today. You know, see, a real uncut. Basically, I feel like what I got out of all these podcasts, what I get out of it is how I progressed and how I was different in each relationship I've been in my life since I started dating. Okay, and I started officially really dating when I was in high school. My sophomore year, no, my junior year is when I met my son's father, Ariane. Shout out to his crazy ass. I'm like, the crazy. I want to put this out there too. It's crazy how women have children with the men that. Okay, it's crazy that the women. The men that they can't stand in their life is the men that they chose to have children with, the men that they chose to marry, men they chose to be with is the reason why they don't even like men. It's because of those men that they chose. It's crazy, right? But it's crazy. I just want to throw it out there. But anyway, shout out to all my baby daddies. Shout out to him. Yes, I have 3, by the way. The first one was my high school sweetheart, and I married him, and we was married for 5 years. And then my second one was also a friend, like he was like my best friend, basically. We were like 2 peas in a pie. Everybody that seen us together, they just knew that we were going to be together, we was never together. That's the crazy part. Shine. Shout out to Shine. Still don't like him to this day, but that was actually, well, I'm going to get into that. But anyway, he was actually like one of my closest friends. We didn't start off that way. It progressed that way. And then the last one is a much older guy no one knows about. I actually met him through a mutual friend, and we had like a mutual group, and we was friends for a while before we actually started dating. And then we and we got into a sexual relationship, and that's what progressed our relationship more further than what it was supposed to go, pretty much. I'm gonna say that. So I'm gonna start off in the beginning. Like I said, the reason why I feel like I am the person who I am today, or the reason why I'm so cold-hearted when it comes to relationships, is because of the situations I've been through in my past. So like I said, the first relationship, high school sweetheart, we got married, straight out of college. I didn't finish college because I had my son, and he ended up going to the military, and that's why we ended up getting married. I married personally because I loved him, for love, and still to this day, I really can't say that he loved me. I mean, that he married me because he loved me. Of course, I think he loved me. We've been through a lot. We actually had a child that passed away when we was in high school. We was both 17 years old. Our child passed away. She was born and everything. She lived for a week. Her name was Kaylee. Everybody knew about her. So that was really heartbreaking for both of us. And that was the first bond that we had together. And that's what bonded us. That, and then a year later I had my son. And he didn't know, but I purposely got pregnant, or tried to get pregnant anyway, because I studied ovulation. And ovulation is actually, it's not even that hard to study. But back then I wanted to get pregnant so bad because I was so hurt because of losing my daughter. And I was so wanted to be a mom. I thought I wanted to be a mom, even though I was in college at the time. But I was so stuck on losing my child and wanting to have another baby. So I didn't have him, and him getting pregnant on purpose, tricking him into, but really you can't trick a guy. There's some bullshit too. Saying that we tricked them and we trapped them. Bullshit. You put your in me and you ejaculate it, and it is what it is. And that's how our son came. Anyway, so back to the story. So I had my son, and then I actually came back home during college, because I came back home while I was like 5 or 6 months, because I found out what I was having when I was in college. I was still down there in Kentucky, so I didn't leave college, the dorms, until I was about 5 or 6 months. Okay, and then in the midst of all that, I was finding out little things that he was talking to girls that I considered a friend, in the same dorm as me and shit like that. Like, I literally had to confront the bitch. And I had to confront him. And he was trying to confront me, saying I was fucking with a guy that I did not. The crazy thing is, I'm going to say this too. This guy named Mason. Shout out to Mason. I literally met him the first day I met him. It was chaos. It was drama, right? He was invited, because I had a roommate, like I said. He was invited into my dorm by my roommate. And he was a popular, light-skinned, cute guy. He was popular. He liked the ladies. And I guess he liked me or whatever. But it was the first day I met him. Like what the fuck? So I guess Ariana got word that a guy was in my room. You know what I'm saying? And knowing it's not just mine, but like I said, he knew he was in my room. And I think I lied about him being in my room because I was so nervous or so scared. Because Ariana has always been a man's man. He always been dominant. He's always been, like, serious. Ariana has always been serious. Like, I feel like, shout out to, I don't know if it's true or not, Ariana, if you ever see this video. I never really got to know his fun side. I never really got to know his, the real him. I feel like I never got the chance to know the real him. I only knew the serious side of him, the sad side of him, for as like losing our child, and the sexual side of him. You know what I'm saying? And of course, we probably had like I can't count on my hands how many times we had like more a laughing situation, and it was other people involved. I don't remember ever us having to sit down talking about something serious, like heart to heart, ever. I don't recall, But anyway. So anyway, fast forward, had my son, and we got married a year later, and he went off to the military, and that's the reason why he got married. He married me because of the military reasons, because of course, when you go to the military, find a wife, and why not marry the woman that you had a baby by? Why not marry the high school sweetheart, right? But being 17, being 18, 19, not knowing, being stupid and naive, oh, he loves me, da-da-da. He's going to go off to the military. He's going to do right. And my part was supposed to go to dental assistant school, because actually his mom actually introduced me to dental assisting school. Shout out to Miss Angie, my girl, because I would have never done dental assistant if it wasn't for her. I can say that. So fast forward again, I went to college. I actually graduated, and I got my certificate in dental assistant. And I've been actually a dental assistant now for 11 years. Shout out to Miss Angie. But anyway, I graduated, and the plan was that we get married, and once I graduate, I go down where he was, and he was in Kansas at the time. So again, fast forward, I found out that he was cheating after, like, within the same year of us getting married. So the following year, which was we got married in 2014, the top of 2014 is when I found out that he was cheating on me, and I was devastated. I was hurt, and it was like, what could I do? You know what I'm saying? What could I really do? And I asked him, I said, so why did you cheat? Or why do you cheat on me? Or why? Or whatever the case may be. Or why do you even love me? I really wanted to know that. And I think the first time I asked him, why do he love me? He says, because I love you because the things you do for me. I love you because you forgive me for all the bad I've done. Da, da, da. So it really wasn't, I love you because of this, because you do this to me, or I love you because you make me smile. I love you because you're hard. I love you because you. It was not because of me. It was because of how I made him feel. You see what I'm saying? So it really, if I looked at it now, if I look at it being like I do now, I would see he really never really loved me. It was always a sexual. So what the fuck? It was a Memorial Day party or Martin Luther King Day, right about this time party. And I met him, and then me and him literally, we looked at each other, we glanced at each other from like a mile away. And we like, damn. I'm looking at him like, damn. He looking at me like, damn. He like, woo, you fine. You know what I'm saying? And I think I got his number, or I didn't get his number. I don't know what happened. I don't think we exchanged numbers that day. Because I feel like we were just in shock, and we seen each other. We were so like, oh, he's so fine, and she's so fine. We didn't connect. But how God works, shout out to God, I see him again. And I see him again at like a friend gathering. This is like my people I graduated with, and it's two schools that's tied to Hazelwood East and Hazelwood, all the Hazelwood schools. It's called North Tech, and I knew nothing about North Tech. I didn't go to North Tech. I didn't know nothing about that. But apparently, Sean went to Hazelwood East before I got there and left, and then decided to go to Tech full time. So everybody knew Sean, and I just didn't know Sean, but all my friends knew him. So. And then whatever, they was like, hey, we know Sean. They got stories with Sean. Da, da, da. I'm like, Sean is fine as fuck. You know what I'm saying? And I started to follow him on Instagram. This is when I started getting into Instagram because of Sean. And I would look at his videos for hours. Like, when I like somebody, I get obsessive. And I think Sean was the first guy I was obsessed over. He was the first guy I was obsessed over as far as like looks wise. He was like my ideal. He was like my build a man at the time. I felt like I wanted a tall, light skin. That's the guy that I felt like that was for me. Even though Ariane, I loved Ariane. I love how he was. I love how don't get me wrong. I love all the baby fathers. I love them. They are sexy to me. Not now, but they were sexy to me then. I was, and I feel like even still to this day, I feel like with Ariane, to me, is more sexy and more of a sex appeal is the manliness. You know, even though Ariane is definitely not ugly at all. They definitely different. Sean is like a fucking tall, light-skinned model type. Ariane is that MIIYYA fighter, fine, knock a nigga out type of thing. It's like they don't go hand in hand. They two different people. They two different types. You know, so that's just, I have all, and that's another thing. I'm a lover, and people say, well, you bisexual, right? Technically, yeah, but technically no, because when I say lover, it's because it's not the sex, like people would say, it's how people make me feel. Because like I said, I'm attracted to beautiful women. I don't like ugly women. I don't like ugly men either, but I dated ugly men and I fucked ugly women. So it's like, it's not what they look like, it's how they make me feel, basically, pretty much. So that's why I say I'm a lover. I fall in love with what I feel and how they make me feel. The connection, the bond. If I can talk to you for hours, if I feel like I can be myself and let loose and just be free, and I feel like, oh my God, I could just feel like I could tell this person, that's the love to me. That's the love, because that's a connection, that's a bond, that's somebody that you're looking forward to talking to, looking forward to seeing, because how they make you feel, not just off of physical attraction. Because physical attraction, don't get me wrong, it fades eventually, because you could be the finest bitch on Earth, planet Earth, which I've been with one of the finest bitches, and that bitch was a lunatic. So with that being said, looks can only go so far, and then like they said, that's a shallow thing, and that's just a thing that's on the outside that eventually fades, because the people that most sexually attracted me the most has been the less attracted to other people. Let me say that. I'm very irrational. I jump from this and that to that to that. I go from one thing to another. I have a, low attention span? Or I get excited about one thing and I start it and I stop it. It's just a crazy all over. So my son will be, not saying that I feel like if he want to be here, we need to both be here. We need to be here, you know, and be focused. Because we have, like I said, he's 13 and he'd be 13 this year. That's a young man. That's a young teenager. And this world is so corrupt, and it's gay shit, and it's this fucking violent shit. You have to be on your kids. And I feel like I said, Ariane is a true man's man. And I feel like if I could change back, I wouldn't change him either as far as being the father of my child, because that was the best decision for me, for my children, period. Okay. Anyway, so fast forward there. I had my daughter, and Sean truly showed me his true colors. He was not the person I thought he was. He was not. He really, that was a true heartbreak in itself, because I consider him a lover and a friend. And it didn't even dawn on me that I felt like he was my lover, because we wasn't in a relationship, but that was a person that I truly fucking loved. The person that I could talk to for hours, that we was on the phone for hours, that we was around each other, and when people would see us, they were like, y'all a couple of the motherfucking century. Because it's like the connection was so there, it was so real that you couldn't even fake it. It was no faking with that connection with me and Shine. And that's what really fucked me up, and that's what hurts me the most. And it's crazy how he try to turn things around, or he don't understand now today the reason why I can't even look at him the same. I can't even talk to him. I don't even like talking about him. I don't like looking at I don't like nothing. I don't like him as a person, period. He truly was not the person that, and I don't want to bash him. I don't want to bash nobody in my life, but I'm just telling you my experiences, the reason him, and talk to him about anything. We still, even though I can't stand him, and we fight like cats and dogs, and he is truly a narcissist. He's the man that taught me what a narcissist was, because I didn't even know, I knew that it exists, but I didn't really think too much about it, because I never really came across a narcissist, and if I did, I really didn't pay attention to him. You know, I started to pay attention to different personality traits when I started dating Melissa, because she has definitely BPD, and I don't want to disclose this about her either. Sorry, girl, it is what it is. I think that she had the disorder, and she made me open my eyes to that, and then I started realizing with Daryl, with D, that he has a fucking problem. But anyway, most narcissists are sexual. They know what to do with women. They know what to do with vulnerable women. They know what to do with women that is in a state of hurt. Because when me and him started dating, I was in a state of hurt still, because even though I was with Brittany, because Brittany, shout out to Brittany, there's another relationship that I was in, but I can't even say heartbreak with Brittany, because me and Brittany, that's my dog. There was a person in my life that was meant to be in my life, and still in my life to this day. So I won't even say nothing about that. But anyway, people come in your life for a reason, and people teach you, and then that's what it's called, experience life. You know what I'm saying? People always say, well, I told you this. I told you not to do this because of this sign. Well, I had to learn the signs. I had to see the signs on my own. And it opened up to who I am. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I still am a sexual person or whatever, but I'm more picky, choosy, who I be around, who I have sex with, who I even conversate with, who I even talk to. Now that I'm getting older and I'm seeing that I used to be the party girl back then. I used to be the girl that was the it girl. I used to be the girl that had all the parties. I was the girl that was lit. Always popular. I always had this. I always had that going on. But now that I'm older, I'm 31 years old, about to be 32. That shit was all fun, and all that was fun. But I have children now. I want to buy a house. I don't want to buy a house in St. Louis. I want to buy a house out of state, somewhere I want to be for the rest of my life. Somewhere somewhere where I was to wait in my eyes, or my thing is what I want in life, far as like to be happy. I feel like to the day I die is somewhere when I wake up, I open my motherfucking eyes, I see my glass window. It ain't got a big ass. It don't have to be a big ass house. I want a big glass window though, and I want it to be sunny every fucking day. Sunny every day. Like, not saying like, I mean, it can rain, of course, like California, Florida. I don't want to go to Florida. California is my dream place to be. That's where I want to be. That's what I think about. I don't think about this shallow, dumb shit that people think about now today. I don't give a fuck about none of that. Okay? And I learned I'm capable of learning a skill. I'm capable of learning anything that I want to learn and anything that I want to do. Because guess what? I didn't know how to fucking braid. I do now. You know, just because I just picked up a skill. Anything that you want to do in life, you could do it. And I know they say that's some fucking, what is it called? Like fairy tale bullshit. That's not fairy tale bullshit. It's you shit. You know what I'm saying? I was telling my motherfucking best friend earlier today, people need to, first of all, humble themselves. Get a piece of that humble pie. Be humble. Be thankful for what you have in life. Then be thankful for the people that you do have in life. People that's not there in your life, it's not meant to be in your life. Period. It is what it is. I know, again, that's, people say it all the time, but that shit is some true shit. Some shit is true. Some shit is fake. Some shit is fictional. Some shit is just real shit. It's real shit. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, and this is why I sit back and listen to other people's stories on podcasts and how they view relationships and stuff like that. Because I do believe a man should lead, a man should provide. I know it's a new day and age, and that women, you know, should have their own hustle, have their own money, but women really should be at home with their children, teaching their children something, cleaning the house, cooking, you know what I'm saying? And if you do want to do a hobby, learning how to braid, learning how to paint, or doing little things for your children, being a soccer mom or stuff like that. That's what a dream life for me would be, you know. That's what I wish times would go back and be like. You know, that's what it used to be back in the day, probably way, way back in the day. You know what I'm saying? I know it's way harder to survive on one income in this economy now than back then, but it's just you gotta find a dynamic. You gotta find a happy medium in your life that makes you happy and content. And you gotta look at your life in the past, look at it, what is it called? Evaluate it, advise it, talk about it probably, and then you move the fuck on. And you know now I know what not to do. And now I know. I don't even think about people. I don't even think about dating. I don't think about people I used to date. I don't think about nobody but my children when I wake up. Myself. You know what I'm saying? What I'm gonna do as far as my job, like, you know what I'm saying, like my car note, my house, my bills, and stuff that matters to me. That's what I think about when I wake up. So if that's what I think about when I wake up, that's what matters. That's what truly matters in life. Not the bullshit, petty shit, dumb shit, little stuff, stupid shit that don't matter. You know what I'm saying? And then at the end of the day, and then relationships, as far as like family, like your mama not gonna be here forever, and I'm so scared. I pray to God my mama be here forever, but I know she not. Like I'm not. And I just realized this too a couple of weeks ago. My grandma is still here. I'm thankful to still have my grandma here. And a lot of people already lost their grandma. You know what I'm saying? My grandma's, I said it hard. My grandma's the best grandma I ever had. I got 2 grandmas. I never met my other grandma. But my grandma is the best person on the fucking planet. And it's like, time is ticking. You have to appreciate the people that's on earth now. That probably sound bad, but I'm just saying, like, life is too fucking short. And I gotta go. And I gotta go see it. And then this talking to myself and talking to you guys, making this video, made me realize I need to call my grandma. I need to see my grandma because she's getting older. You know what I'm saying? And I might not even be here though. Even though she's getting older, you never know what might happen to me tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta be happy with the people that you love. Make them feel loved. You know, let them know that you love them. Pretty much, you know, let them know that you're here. You know what I'm saying? Even though you're not here, you're here. Because half the time I'm not here. For it's like I can't be there for people sometimes, but I'm always there for people. But I can't. Lately, I can't be there for people because my mental state is not even there for me yet, completely. But talking and releasing, that is a form of, like a form of release, a form of, oh, I feel good, I feel better about it now. Because at least I could talk about it and get it out and hear it out loud and get other people's perspective. And they might say something that will make me change or give me some type of ideas to go towards or lean towards or whatever. But I just wanted to give y'all like a background about my whole dynamic of my love life and how it really truly evolved over the years as me as a person. And I noticed Ariane was the open, Sean was the middle, and then D was like, I want to ask people this question too. So the last guy, my Daryl or whatever, I have never ever, I'm sorry, all my exes, I'm sorry, I never fantasized about somebody and getting horny, like making me, oh yes, like I never, but with him, that's how I know that's what I'm saying, it's different parts of your life. I can think about him and I get instantly horny. I can think about a time we had sex and then get so horny and then I can feel it in my body that I'm over here hyperventilating and want to fuck. You know what I'm saying? Because of this man he sexually arouses my mental state. The nigga is some men will fucking fuck your mental state, your physical, your emotional, your physical, your everything. Sometimes that sexual should be toxic, really, really fucking toxic to the point that you want to kill a bitch, kill a nigga over this shit, and it's crazy over sex, right? Over a person, not worth it, but that shit is real. It's fucking real. That chemistry bond ass, that inflating your soul into somebody is fucking real. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. That shit is real. Period. Shout out to Joe Crawford, okay? But anyway, that's just. Well, I'm gonna end it here with it. That's my first story about me. Excuse my background, excuse this fucking shitty ass video, but this is my laptop and this is on my heart. This is my sermon. What's it called? Sermon, right? I can't talk still. I can't talk at all. This is I felt I had to come and talk because I could get it out. I feel like a little bit better today. You know, I feel a little bit better about myself. I'm gaining more weight, y'all. So I was losing weight about 3-4 weeks ago, maybe, because I was real stressed the fuck out about this job and then about my guy, to the point that I noticed I wasn't eating, and I noticed my face started sinking in and started getting skinny, and I wasn't happy with myself. So, you know, when I realized that, I started eating healthier, doing my vitamins, and I did a whole 360. And look at me now. I feel like I look way more healthier than I did 2-3 weeks ago. Just off changing my habits. It's all about routine, baby. It's about habits, about loving yourself. You don't gotta be considered, you don't gotta feel like you're the best. You don't gotta have everything. But you just gotta believe in yourself. You gotta stick to it. And who am I to say stick to some shit that I never have the time can't stick to? But if you tell yourself and you constantly tell yourself, you start to do, and it start to progress. Just saying. But that's it for today. And if y'all like this video, please like the video. Please watch it, listen, comment. Tell me what do you feel? How was your first experience? Have your love life, or have your love life or your love experiences in the past change you as a person today? I really want to know that, because this is what I get from different podcasts and what I got out of it for myself.